for dinner, birthday cake for breakfast, slice it like a ninja, pick up all the pieces, assemble like Avenger, authoring is August, wordplay is December, That mean my pen is in cinders and my delivering shivers like Siberian area shippers. Slip on the slick as icicles, drip from the tip of my scriptures. If you a ship on the trip, don't hit on the tip of my glacier. Swim with the fish and flippers. I finish my pitches. This is what didn't get it, getting hitting the different differs. What did he do with it? Didn't she? Who are you mentioning? Louis do a dual identity, dueling enemies. Do it to him, chewing through him without doing it dentally. Superhuman fluent without refueling engines with energy. This chemistry can it be? They googling endlessly. Even computers losing memory, bending mentally when they interface with the lyrical ability.
Things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. This one takes the cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake.
And here we are at Cambrian Hall as the giant chandelier provides light for what should be a fantastic showdown. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
Time for our tail of the tape. Terrence Bud Crawford, 173 centimeters tall, tipping the scales at the 135-pound limit, and he's got a reach of 100. Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the pound. Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed 3-division world champion.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves, and here we go.
Did you feel that energy? Did you hear that beat in the music?
These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. That jab doesn't find a home. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And he scores with the counter. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Only catching air with that hook. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter. And he did catch him. He caught it clean. Clean as a whistle. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Counter punching. Nice punch. Well done with that counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Good? Good, man. Good, man.
Get your rhythm back, and then we'll go again. You done all?
Set him up.
Here we go. It's round 2. Coming off a very tough round, let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Carter, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Beautiful counter punch. The perfect counter lands. There's a counter shot. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They exchange punches. It's all offense all the time. That counter punch caught him clean. Catch and shoot. Nice counter shot. This is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know.
Let's get it started in round 3. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. That counter shot lands. Just missed with that hook. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
I've seen some fights with a...
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. Terrence Crawford just got rocked. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What are they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Forget about the round. It was a bad round, but we don't care. Go out there.
Nice round. Good round. I like that.
Here we go to the 4th round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. perfect counter shot. How about that time counter shot? Oh, that punch. Nice counter shot. Throws the jab, but does not score. Those counter punches have to hurt. You'd like to see more jabs. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
These two fighters are made for one another. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it.
Good work. That's it. Now, great.
On to the fifth we go. After that last round, something has got to change.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Beautiful counter shot. Good counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Nice counter punch. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. The straight right just misses. Crawford is dazed. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
You know what, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring away.
There's the bell for round 6. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good counter punching. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
They exchange punches. This is some of the best action action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Nice flip to avoid the jab. How about that time counter shot? What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are right.
Crawford got hit hard and down he goes. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are ready.
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be... Here we go, it's round 7. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get it.
Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
A perfect counter lands. Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Those counter punches have to hurt. That counter shot lands. Beautiful counter punch. Jab misses. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. This is a very important break here for this fighter. They've been knocked down twice. The corner might be thinking about stopping it here.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
All right, great work. I love that. I love that. The jab slick. Just keep him on. Don't worry about it. You've been coasted for this entire... That's it. Start sticking.
And there's the bell for round 8. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
They exchange punches. Nice counter. So much firepower here. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He threw a punch and just got countered. It's all offense all the time. Straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. The judges have spoken a unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, big, hard lesson. I totally agree.
Keep striving until my lungs can't breathe. They're all tired, I don't know about fatigue. Got my bros back if we come under siege. Got my dogs with me, I ain't carrying a leash. Thank the Lord for my freedom of speech, cause I say what I like and I do what I please. Brothers think I didn't train for this my whole life. Tried to tell them it didn't come with ease. They must have thought
Who thought we'd be fighting at a Gothic cathedral? And yet here we are at Cambrian Hall. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
About time too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Amir King Khan, tipping the scales at 140 pounds, and he's got that reach of 71 inches. And he'll be taking on the legend himself, Terrence Bud Crawford, 5'7", 135 pounds even. That's the lightweight limit. And it's the king, Amir King. Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Bolton, England. Here is the Olympic silver medalist, one of Britain's youngest ever professional world champion, a unified 140-pound champion of the world, introducing Amir King Khan. Fighting out of the blue corner from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed 3-division champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
This is it. This is that place. This is that fight venue. This is the place where the action happens.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Missing with that jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. There's a counter shot. Tried to score with a jab. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Khan versus Crawford Part 2. Of course, Crawford with that TKO win in 2019 in New York City.
What a fight it was. It was bubbling to be an unbelievably interesting, intriguing fight. Crawford's still as fast. He's still as slick, still as powerful. Now Amir Khan knows this guy can put the pressure on. So I've either got to jump on him early and throw it all in for 5 rounds, or exactly the same thing's going to happen all over again.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Just missed with that jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up.
Here we go for round 2. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
He threw a punch and just got countered. That counter shot lands. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. There is not a seat to be had in this arena, Johnny. It's got that big fight feel, doesn't it?
So hot, so heated. There's a roof on here, you don't understand. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on here.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They're both trying for a knockout. Beautiful counter shot. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Good counter punch. Perfect, a very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need him. And there's the bell to start round 3. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
And he scores with the counter. Caution being thrown to the wind. Punch, counter punch. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. The straight right just misses. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That jab doesn't score. Swing and a miss with that left hook. Both men step back for just a moment. Those counter punches have to hurt. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. They've got the momentum. There's the bell to start round 4. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. Swing and a miss with the hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You'd like to see more jabs. They exchange punches. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Bro, how are those shits missing, bro?
Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're gonna find out.
That counter punch caught him clean. Catch and shoot. There's a scoring blow. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one.
Look, how is he just in between my punches? He's just scoring. And just catching me every time.
Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Look
This was
at
that
the
jab.
punches I'm throwing.
Good counter punching.
I keep punching him off to the left.
Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hold them without steam.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch.
Like, it look like he's leaving his head or something. Like, he's standing right in front of me. The target is
Good
right
fight
there.
so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Look. Look,
Well
how
done
is
with that
that
counter
missing?
shot. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Nice counter punch right up the middle. How about that time counter shot? Perfect punch. Nice counter. Nice
Look
counter
how,
shot.
oh my fucking God.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford... This is the beginning of round 6. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around? The perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
That uppercut doesn't land.
Bro, how did that
Nice
not
counter
fucking
punch.
land, bro?
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. These punches coming from every angle. Caught him. There's a counter shot. Nice counter shot.
Bro,
No rest for the weary. Very close round with 10 seconds to go.
I catch him throwing wild on the
Let's
inside.
talk about Khan in that last
I
round.
cracked him
As
with
bad
the
as
left.
boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no depth.
I cracked him with the left. Look,
Here's the
he
bell,
still
start round
goes over
7.
the top.
Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork or you're going to be a cooked goose.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Tried to steal with that hook, but
He's
missed.
going low, and I sidestep it, and I don't get the counter.
That counter shot lands. Just missed
Oh
with
my
that hook.
God, come the fuck on, bro.
Amir Khan dazed! And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure. Beautiful counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get
Crazy
countered.
work.
Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork. Oh my goodness, Johnny! Amir Khan! And Amir Khan finally on the canvas! Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
I need to see that again.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed. He needs to focus on continuing. And they're back at it again here in round 8. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Good counter punch. Straight right just misses. Just misses with that jab. Good punch. They exchange punches. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've been in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Nice counter. Caution is being thrown to the wind. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Those counter punches have to hurt. This round. Oh, wait a minute. Amir Khan is rocked. Some might have thought it was a little bit closer, but in the end, the referees are in a unanimous agreement.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight. What a style. What a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.
Just spamming, bro. Spamming. Hook spamming. I don't understand how they don't lose more stamina for just spam, like just continuously throwing. Because I'm sure he don't got tireless. I'm almost positive Amir Khan doesn't have tireless.
Feeling like I got a brand new contract.
fucking point,
I'm
he
the
does not
dangerous and
have.
ready for combat. Soon as I catch him on sight, it's contact. I get the job done proper, there's no comebacks. That's not fair, people hoping on the balance. But even you got that magic or you haven't. And we were born and blessed with all this talent. Soon as we're given the task, it's overpowered, I'm fully prepared. Fully activated and ready. Focused on the target, grab my weapon, hold it steady, your name. You know that aim range heavy. Got the beast in me screaming out, let me out the cage. I ain't gotta do it with rage. The days are numbered, see my steps are calculate. On time, not a second hour late. Witnessing the mastery that we display like a hitman. Yeah. See, I go in and get the job done. Yeah, I'm moving like a hitman. See, I go in and get the job done. They don't want none. I got that experience like I've been doing this for centuries. Before the events I would practice but it was empty. Never needed approval, all I needed was improvement. Got swift with the movement, I attack and defend. We ain't in the same league, we breathe the same air. They act out of fear, that ain't the same here. They don't know why they came, I know why they ain't clear. And when I need to switch it up, I only change gears. Enemy, where art thou? There were so many habagos, it's looking sparse now. I let my weapon whisper to you like it can't shout. I'm getting even 4-2-3, I'm like a calm count. But you can count on me to do it for the right price. It ain't a game even though I spike. They feel the presence of our zeitgeist. Our victories